everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my continued playthrough of Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. I said fail because we're failing miserably. We're going to get into that in a minute. I just feel we're running out of time. We had a really bad turn of events with Aaliyah, and I think it set us back to a point where I'm not sure that we can survive or win this event. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're trying to get something called, so we've had this quest since the beginning, right? Well, why don't I say that for the recap? All right, guys, let's do that. We're going to go, now I'm filming this within like a half hour of the previous one, so I'm not going to be able to do any corrections on the previous one if I made any mistakes, so I apologize. But please let me know regardless. All right, let's continue on. We're going to get right to our recap with our characters. So after a truly tragic event at the island asylum, Aaliyah managed to, after being captured by the asylum's priests and sequestered for having the red mark, which is a sign of the plague, she did escape there and make her way to Kunok Farmstead, hopefully where she does not spread that disease. But we had to get back there because she was in bad shape. She encountered a brigand on the road that tried to spear her down. She got away from him and continued on to Kunok Farmstead, where she got to heal up a little bit. She's still in a bad state, but she's not dead. So that's the good news. She made it back. However, in the meantime, the other two had to kind of come to her rescue, make sure she had some food and the ability to get some things done and not die on us. So they had Erev had made his way out of the Four Dwellers Mounds back down to the charred conclave with Boar, where they met Aaliyah and helped her get back on her feet. After that, they gave her some food and sent her on her way to Kunok Farmstead, so she still has one food left to eat in the next day. That's going to be good for her. And then Erev had gone down to what is now the haunted grubwood, where he will probably cook some worms, maybe gaining some additional food. There is an action. It just takes one action, but it does give him a terror. However, he's so healthy, I'm not too worked up about that. It might be worth doing. It might even be worth doing for 2 actions. We'll have to see. We'll see about that, but that's where he's at now. He encountered some spirit of a female, probably a young girl, which seems to be a theme because he saw one in the Four Dwellers Mounds too, in the haunted grubwood that fled into the forest. He chased after it but couldn't find her. He had a terrible nightmare that caused him to have fits in his sleep and didn't leave him with as much energy as he would need. Boar, however, went to the charred conclave and actually listened to the voices there, where he gained some additional power and magic, which I think we'll probably need as we go on. He's going to continue on, though, and see if we can figure out. He needs to go up to the Four Dwellers Mounds. I'm going to try and get him there this turn. We'll see what happens during the event phase, because remember, we're going to be down to 2 turns away from the men here dying. What happens if that fails in the main game? I don't know. Do we just lose? Do we play all this just to lose? That could be possible. So anyway, that is the recap for our characters. We're going to get back into the action now with our start of the day phase, and we're going to get that going. I looked to see, did I do the start, but I didn't. I just want to double check and make sure I didn't do that right. I did the end of the day phase, and everybody's in a good place. Aaliyah is full of reputation, not that that's helped her much at all. But she can heal herself. She might just have to spend her turn healing so she can get back up to normal. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's get back to our start of the day phase. Okay, if you recall, start of the day phase, we're going to remove any expired men here. We don't have one. We're going to reduce the time on the men here, which we will have to do, from a 3 to a 2. And that is terrible. Really feeling the pressure. We got 2 turns to try and figure this out. Okay, next up, we are going to then remove time tokens. We don't have any. We're going to reveal the next event card. Let's do that. Okay, well, here is our next event card. So we're going to reveal that and see what we get. It says Signs and Omens 1-3. Okay. You recognize many constellations in the night sky. The Twin Warriors, the Seal and her cub, the Wench, and also the Cup, which is said to have appeared in the heavens when Arthur claimed the Grail. Now it seems that one of the stars on its edge has turned red, as if the cup was leaking blood. What foul omen is this? Your time is running out! Yeah, I know. The next travel every character makes costs 1 less, so we're going to get a free travel. That's going to be helpful. Place 1 additional random event on the top of the deck, then discard this card. Okay, we will do that. I'm just putting them, all the previously discarded ones in order. Yeah, so that is the end of that S13. Yeah, we just got our quest up front still. We discarded that, but we do get a free travel action, and we're going to place one rando up on the top of the deck. Hopefully it's nothing terrible. I'm just shuffling them up, and there we go. There's our random event. I don't know if we're going to get to the events because we're deteriorating so quickly. We've got to be able to charge that men here up. Next thing, we would move guardians, or we would pick active items and secret cards. Well, we don't have to pick them. We don't have enough to worry about. So that is the end of that. Now we're going to move on to our day phase. Okay, well, let's start with Aaliyah because her turn's going to be actually quite easy. She doesn't have that much energy. She's going to spend 2 down. That brings her down to 2, by the way. So that's all she's going to do. The rest of the she's going to pass after this to heal. That's going to put her up 2 marks. And let me show you what that looks like for her. And here she is. Of course, that's her card, the Red Death. She used her Restore, which costs 2 to heal her 1. Sorry, it's 1, not 2. So she's right there. Then she'll heal another one on the phase. So she'll be able to get 5 energy. That's better than nothing, I suppose. Though we're still in bad shape. That's really all she can do this whole turn. What a waste, right? But that's what it is. Let's move on to now probably Boar. Boar's still at the charged Conclave, but he's not going to stay there. He's going to move to here for 0 energy because he has a free move action. Actually, I could move Aaliyah. She does have a free move action. I don't know what we're going to do with her. She might go up to the Hunter's Grove and try and get some food. Maybe she can survive a battle or 2 there. That might be what we do with her free move action. But anyway, we have our Arev. And Arev, I think his first action is actually going to be to do the cook worms. He's going to stay in the Haunted Grove and cook worms. And I'll show you what that looks like. It says, for 1 energy, you can cook worms. You gain a terror and a food. That's okay. I mean, yeah, they're gross and all that stuff, but that's what we're going to do. Now, he started with slightly less energy, too, so he's down to a 4, but that gives him 3 food and 1 terror. So that's where he's at. Next up, I think we will take Aaliyah's... Oh, wait, she cannot heal that last terror if she's not in a place with a men here, so she may have to stay there. What? Oh, she's got 1 food. She can move next turn and do that. Okay, she'll stay there. So we'll go to Boar. Boar's next move will be to go to here. That actually is going to cost him an energy, so he's down to 5. He's got plenty to get over to the 4 Dweller's Mound, but he only has 1 food too. So I think next turn he and Aaliyah might have to come back and get some food. At least he'll be able to take an action in the 4 Dweller Mounds with his... I know what he's going to do, and there's a reason he's going there. Okay, then that is all 3 of them, right? That's all 3 of them. So we'll go back around to their actions. I think, do we leave Aaliyah there? That's the question today. Well, I think the easy one is we're going to move Boar. That puts him down to 4 energy. He'll move over to the 4 Dweller's Mounds, and then next turn he's going to spend the rest of his time investigating that space. He's got just enough energy to do it. I think. Okay. Yeah, and then we have 3 energy with Arev. I don't know what to do with this. I think he could stay there and get some more food. He's got 3 food now. I think, though, he'll take his free move action for this round. Remember, from the quest, he gets, or from the event card, he gets 1 free move. So he'll move up to the Warrior's Fair. Doesn't cost him any energy. And then Aaliyah, I'm debating now. I have to make a choice. Do I pass or do I move her up to Hunter's Grove to get some food next turn and take advantage of that free? We'll still heal. We just won't get the tear back. So I think we're going to do that. She's going to move up, take her free action to move up to Hunter's Grove. She doesn't have to do anything there. There's no thing that happens just because she goes there. So we'll do that, and that means all 3 of them have taken their actions again. Then next up, we're going to explore with Boar. That puts him down to 3 energy. And let's take a look at that. Well, we know what we're going to do. We're going to wander deep into the mounds. And that means we're going to have to do one of these things. Stick to the places where the other miners have worked. Just roll on 8. Go just beyond currently explored party. Just go just beyond the currently explored part. Pay 1 energy, get 1+1 on the die roll. For each point of that's going to give him 1 point, 1+ there. I think we'll have to do that because I need to reserve an energy just in case. That'll put him down to 2 to do that. If he goes down any further, he's exhausted. But man, we got to make this happen. I don't want to exhaust him. We need his energy next turn. So we're going to do this. Go just beyond. Now we've already done this part, so we're just going to go just beyond what is known. That'll put him down to a 2 energy. And then we're going to roll the dice. Let me think about that. Do I want to exhaust him or not? No, let's do that. So we're going to go to verse 8. We're going to add +1 to the die roll. Okay, we're going to get a +1 to our die roll. Let's see. We get a 5. That's going to put us up to a 6. I think that's what we needed to have happen here. You reach the heart of the mounds and stop awestruck. Go to verse 3. Okay, verse 3 is right up above us. Let's just pop up to there. A burial mound taller than all the others. This is the one that Erev saw, right? Emerges from the mists in front of you. Its front gate betraying the same shine as the OldSteel items. You feel uneasy. This is not a good place for a mortal to be. We can dig into the mounds. Go to verse. We can attempt to break through the gate, requiring the old Steel Smasher secret card or 2. He has both of those, so we're going to do that. We're going to break through the gate and go to verse 10. Don't know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping that's what we needed to do. Okay. Let's see here. Here's the event. Whew. Okay, as you strike the gate, a piercing wail staggers you. You push some scraps of cloth deep into your ears and continue. Soon a crack appears on the surface of the gate. Then another one. Finally, the metal crumbles, letting out a piercing cry that makes your ears bleed. Inside, you find a labyrinth of interconnected rooms and corridors filled with items that defy description. You stumble out hours later, dazed and confused. You didn't even think to grab something to sell, but the knowledge that crept into your mind instead is precious. If you have secret card 11, each party member gains 1 magic and your exploration ends. Otherwise, read on. We do not have that. Gain the secret card 11. So we're going to gain that. Let's pull out secret card 11. They're not in order for some reason. I don't know why, but we'll find it. Okay, 4, 19. I'm just looking for 11, guys. Don't know how these got out of order. Maybe they were just packed that way. I'm not sure. They're completely out of order, so no rhyme or reason. There's lots of 66. There's 11. Okay, I got the secret card 11. Let's see what that does for us now. All right, 11. Oh, we got it. Menhir Rights. Okay, we do get it. You can now activate Menhirs. The costs of this action can be found on the back of each location of the Menhir symbol. Okay, well, he'll do that for sure. Well, obviously he does. Then it says each party member gains 2 experience and 2 magic. Well, that is unfortunately just Bior, so he gets 2 experience, and he's got 4 magic. I don't think magic is a tradable resource, though, so I don't think we can do anything with that. Okay, congratulations, you completed your first quest. You now know how to awake the ancient Menhirs. When you finish a quest, make sure to always follow the instructions on the success section of the quest card. You now have to get to a location with a Menhir icon and activate its Menhir before your time runs out. Exploration ends. Well, finally, whew, God, that was tight. I was really concerned we weren't going to get that, but let's take a look at this here. We have success. As soon as you have Menhir Rights, resolve Chapter 1, Part 5 card of the event deck and discard this card. Remember not to change the structure of the rest of the deck. Okay. We won't change the structure of the rest of the deck. Here it is. We're just going to get part 5 out. It's at 5, right? 5. Yeah, okay. So we're going to pull 5. It says hint. Oh, no, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, secret card to do so. You'll have, okay, success. Yeah, part 5. Okay, here we go. This is part 5. A journey begins. Place this card on top of the active quest pile. Despite your best efforts to learn and perform ancient rites, the Menhir in your town seems beyond your help. Disheartened, you realize your only hope is to try and enable one of the 2 statues from nearby locations. So that's the $4 mound of the whitening. Quest, activate a Menhir in one of the nearby locations, $4 mounds or whitening. I think the whitening might be better for us. Success, when you activate one of these Menhirs, resolve the chapters part 6. Okay, so we have a new quest. We can actually resolve one of these, but we do know that Kunakt is going away. Or, not Kunakt, but the Menhir there is going away, so we have to activate one of the other two. And that will change the map for us as well, because these bottom locations here will go away, and it'll move up to one of these, depending on which one we activate. It will make a difference. I kind of think that we're going to do them, I don't know. So, one good thing is we haven't passed with Beor, so we can take a free action to check what that Menhir does. But let's go to Arev now. Arev has a couple energy left. So for one energy, he's going to continue to travel. He's not going to stay there. He could take a wound to do, but that takes 4 energy. He's not doing that. He's moving to there to travel. Then we go back to Beor. Beor is going to do a free action to look at what we need to do to activate the Menhir here. Activate a Menhir. Requires all characters in the Menhir Secret Rite card. Pay. Oh, we can do this we can do this 2 wealth. We don't have the wealth. Pay 1 energy, 1 wound, 2 wealth, and 1 food per player. Put a new Menhir model on this location and set its dial to 9. 1 per player. -1 per player. So, wow, we don't have the wealth. None of us actually have, well, except for RF. He has he has 2. Not enough. Where can we get wealth quickly? Well, we can give up food for wealth in the whitening. So maybe we all gather in the Hunter's Grove. Then we go to exchange for some... Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Well, I mean, Beor's spent. He can't do anything more there. Aaliyah's spent. She can't do anything more. And Arev is the only one that has any actions left. So I think for his next action, he has 1 more he can move. He will move up to here. And I wonder if we can look at the Menhir requirements anytime. Let's say, inspect a Menhir. Hold on. You may perform this only at the location with an icon. Okay. We can't do that. Guys, I mean, this is going to be a complete race to the finish, I think. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off or not. But I don't think we're going to have to go for the one in the whitening, because I don't think we can do what we need to do. I don't know what we need to do for the one in the whitening. We're going to have to get there and check. But we can't do the one... We're not going to be able to make the one in the 4 Dwellers Mounds. That's for sure. So, that ends all of our actions for this turn. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our end of day phase. The first thing we're going to do is rest. Everybody's going to consume food. We're going to do that. Start with Arev. He consumes 1 of his 3 food. He's already okay, so he's just going to go up to 6 energy, and he's ready to go. Well, actually, that doesn't happen yet. The first thing we do is we do reduce a terror, and we gain a health. Okay. He's fine. Not exhausted, so we'll just do that now. Okay, then we're going to go to Aaliyah. Poor Aaliyah, she is going to consume the only food she has left. That's good. That heals her 1 more, and this does not go down because she is not in a safe place, settlement. And that's it. Now her energy then does go up to 6. Now she can actually get some things done. And then last but not least, we have Beor, who's going to consume his last food. That puts him up to full health again. He doesn't have any terror, so he's okay. And then we'll put his energy back up to 6. That's it for that. Aaliyah's still not in the best shape at all, but anyway. Okay, we did all that. We're going to go down to advanced characters by spending experience. Beor has 2 experience. We're going to hold on to it. He wants to build up to get some better stats. He already has a new card in his deck that's pretty good. We'll leave it at that for right now. We're going to modify our decks. We already did that. If we're in a location, we're going to have a dream. I'll look at them and just double check to see if that's going to be important. Let me do that. Okay, it says if you have part 2 of the Morning Star, this is in the Hunter's Grove where both Aaliyah and Arev are. If you have part 2 of the Morning Song, we don't. Status, you sleep and is dreamless tonight. Otherwise, you drift off under the ochre-painted constellation into a restless sleep where you chase a young dove in the hills just outside of Kunakt. You wake early in the morning in a cold sweat with several fresh cuts. The taste of blood fills your mouth. Beside you are 2 pieces of meat lay carefully wrapped in leaves. If you do not have the Hunter's Mark status, each character gains 2 food, then gain the Hunter's Mark status. So we do have the Hunter's Mark status. So nothing new happens. I guess we don't gain the new food. So that's that. So that is going to be the end of our end of day phase, end of the day. Let's go on and start with our start of the day. We're really pressing for time right now. We got to see if we can pull this off. I just don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it. I really don't. Start of the day. We're going to remove expired menhirs. We don't have one, but we do. This guy, we got 2 turns actually, because he has to go down to 0 first. He's down to 1 right now. Then we remove the dial, so we actually have a little bit more time, but not very much. So we reduce the time marker, we remove time tokens, we reveal the next event card. So let's do that. Remember, this one is random. That's going to be bad, possibly. Not sure. Okay, this was a random event. What do we get? Beasts on the Prowl. All players whose characters are out of the settlement roll a die. The player with the lowest roll, or in the case of a tie with the highest character number, immediately draws a green encounter. All characters in the same location take part. Hopefully, it's one of the 3. So we're going to roll for Boar right now. He rolled a 1. It's probably going to be Boar. The other 2 rolled a 2 and a 6. So it will be, it says the lowest, right? The player with the lowest roll. So Boar is going to have a green encounter right now. Yuck. Okay, that's what it says, green encounter, right? Yes. Okay, let's get that out and take care of it. So as Boar awoke in the Four Dwellers Mound after a dreamless sleep, he is attacked by something. Let's see what it is. A Dobarchu. It looks like a swimming dragon. It says, after this incident, you will think twice before approaching any river, even if you're thirsty. Ambush, defensive, and feint. This thing is nasty. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's take a look at the combat card. Let me get that out so we can take a look at the abilities that it has. Obviously, ambush means something terrible is going to happen to us first, right? So let's take a look at that. I got the combat card out and the overview. So first one we look at is ambush. First character discards down to 1 card in his hand. Well, that means that Boar is going to have 1 card to start with. Then he's got defensive. Defensive. Each first combat card of the activation adds 1 less cube. Okay, and then feint. Wound in step 3s can't be prevented in any way. Wow, this guy is downright nasty. Let's get Boar out and see if we can survive this. Might be time, guys. It might be time. I don't have the time to defeat this thing. We do get 2 food if we kill it. It's just with all that stuff. I mean, he's going to start with 1 card. You know what? It says I can discard this at any time. So let's take a look and see. He's going to draw 3 cards, but he's going to have to discard down to 1. So for his start, he's going to discard. He's going to get 3 cards. Put his deck right there. Let's see what he gets. Defend, hold guard, and risky attack. That one could be a good starter for him, I think. We also have, that doesn't help him. What does that do? This prevents defend. We could just defend and see if we could get something better next turn. We do have a practicality, so we can do this for free anyway because of that. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. I mean, we defend 2 wounds. He wouldn't do. He's going to do 1 because the 0 to 2 is 1. And it says it can't be blocked though in any way, right? Feint. Feint. Wounds in step 3 cannot be blocked. And you know what? Screw this guy. We're not going to fight him. We're going to play the smoke bomb, so it goes back into the item pool. In combat, discard to escape without triggering an opportunity attack. His opportunity attack is to lose an energy. So we're just going to flee. So it does cost him an energy to do that, unfortunately. So he's down to 5. But this seems like the right thing to do. We want to get rid of this, away from this guy. This guy is nasty for us. If there was 2 of us, we might fight him, but not in this case. It would have been nice to get 2 food, but the heck with that. That was not worth it. So here we are. Now that is our event card. So we are down to, let's just look it up. Pick active items, move guardians. Okay, we don't have to do any of that. There's none on the board. So we just didn't fight that thing. That's what we didn't do. All right, let's move on. So we're going to start, now we're going to move to our during the day phase. All right, I think first and foremost we are going to have Boar move to the Hunter's Grove for 1 energy. He goes to here. And then I think one of the other ones are, I think Erev will spend, well, Erev and Aaliyah, we're going to gather food. We can split the energy cost on that, if I understand it right. In a party, I believe. I'm going to double check. Yeah, we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to have both Arev and Aaliyah cover the cost of a gather food action there. So we're going to get 2 food in total. I'm going to give 1 to Bior and 1 to Aaliyah because they don't have any. So now they have a food. That's good. But then we have to draw, I believe, a green encounter. Good, we got rid of that big nasty dragon thing or whatever that was. That was awful. But we are going to hunt something. And what is it going to be? It's going to be a frenzied boar. Ooh, that's pretty tough. 6. It says, in its panic, fueled attempts to run away from the weirdness, it will charge anything that looks like an obstacle. That it would be us. It has the ability of rush. That means the first character receives 2 wounds. Okay. So we have to really be careful about that. It's probably going to be a Rev. He's in good shape, but we'll put the deck back. We'll get everybody's decks out here. This is the first one. We'll keep them in player order. So Bior. Let's get everybody in camera. So there's the boar. Bior's deck. Aaliyah's deck. And Arev's deck. Okay. We're going to shuffle them up, draw some cards, and fight the boar. Okay. Let's get Bior's cards out. Let's do a quick cut. 2, 3. What do we get? We get riposte, reposition, throw, and hold guard. Okay. Might be able to do some damage there. I don't know if I want him to be the first one, though. And I'll just put time tokens on their decks when they've gone, so we know that when they've gone. So that's that right there. Let's get Aaliyah out. Okay. We get reposition, outsmart, and hold guard. Okay. I don't know if anybody's ready to mulligan yet. We'll see. We can probably get some things done here with this. 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a look at that. We get throw, ignore pain. He's probably going to go first, and surprise attack. Surprise attack. I think, okay. So I think I was right to say we're going to have Arev be the active character. So let's take a look at combat. Combat actions, the first thing we have to do, I think the rush thing, I'm going to look it up just to be sure in the rules, but I believe that rush happens first before anything else happens. So we're going to take a look at that and see. I just want to look at I think it's under combat. Other combat rules, rush. The first character activated in the combat receives 2 damage immediately upon being activated, so he's going to take that 2 damage. So it is going to be a Rev. We're going to use a Rev. Okay, so unfortunately for him, I'll just pull his board over here so you can see that. He's not hurt, so he's okay. He's going to take 2 damage immediately and go down to here. And it says in the combat, not every round, so that's the only time that happens. So the boar rushed us, did 2 damage. We're going to get to heal most of that if we're lucky. And then a Rev is going to attack the boar. Okay, what is he going to do? First off, he's going to do surprise attack. Okay, so he's going to do quite a bit of damage. He'll do 1, 2, 3 points of damage immediately. So we'll put that down right there. And as you can see, we attack the boar for, we get a cube for these 2. And we're not going, he doesn't have any magic dispense. So he does actually, but we're not going to use it. He's going to do those 3. So that's 3. That puts the boar up to 3. Now on 3 and 4, we're going to lose 1. He's going to do 1 damage and lose 2 cubes. So we got to figure out how to do 2 more points of damage. Or 3 more points of damage, rather. Now, and he also gets to draw a card according to his surprise attack. Oh, can he activate? Oh my gosh, he can't activate his heroic strike yet, but that would be awesome. He can throw, which might do enough. We can activate it with this. We have 1 level of aggression, which we would need to do that. We don't have a weapon to flip over, so he won't do as much damage, but he will do this one. He does not have 2 practicality, so that won't happen, but that will. So that'll be 5 right there before the beast even goes. And he can go with ignore pain again and actually not take the damage. What happens at 5? So we're going to take the last card out of the chain and do 3 points of damage, ignore pain. He'll take a lot of hits if he does this, but we can't do that. Man, I wish I could because we could kill it. Well, we're going to take some hits, but let's do as much as we can before it's not going to flee. Well, if the opportunity attack is only get rid of 2 cards. If we can do that, that's even better, right? No, 5 is the best we can do, so we're going to kill him. We're going to do 5 right now, I think. Well, if I spend his magic, I could kill him. That'd be 3. That'd be 6. Okay, let's do that. We're going to play throw. This allows us, that connector with the lightning bolt allows us to play that card. Oh, this is 2. 2x. So here's what we're going to do. Look, I think we got him with just a rev. Wow, nice. So we got 1 there and 2 there. That's 6. He needs 6. Wow, good job, Rev. We beat him before he did anything with just 2 cards. We just double check my math here. We got 1, 2, and 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Well, we killed the boar right away. Get 3 food. Good job, Rev. We didn't even need to go to the other active characters before we killed it. We'll just end that there, right? So we got 6 points of damage on him before he did anything. We surprise attacked him, drew a card, threw something at him, and got him. Okay, well, that is good. So that is going to be 3 food to our characters. That's helpful because we can exchange wealth for food in the whitening if we need to. So let's pass out this food. We're going to give 1 to Boar, 1 to Aaliyah, and the third one will go to Arev for doing such a great job fighting the boar. The boar is down. So I just want to point out that the boar card said loot 3, not reward 3, so that means that they have to split it up. It's like there's 3 lots of food. So that's what we did. So everybody's in a pretty good place from a food perspective. And that was a shared action between Leah and a Rev. So all of them have taken action as a party. And now I think with the travel action, if we travel as a party, can we split the cost? I'm not sure. Move to any revealed location connected to your current one. We do have to deal with a blue encounter when we go back into the whitening, but I do think that's what we're going to do, and I just want to double check again on the party thing with travel. Unfortunately, the travel action is every member of the party, so that means Bjorg is going down to 3 energy, Aaliyah is going down to 4, Rev is going down to 4. They're all moving to the whitening, where we have to then draw a blue encounter, which is going to be a diplomacy encounter. So they're all there in the whitening. And what am I talking about? Well, let's move their miniatures for a moment and show you. It says when the lightning bolt means on entry. So on entry, draw a blue encounter. Okay, means something we have to do immediately. Let's do it. Okay, here is our blue deck. Let's see what we draw. Calm before the storm. Oh, that's nothing happens. Place this card at the bottom of the encounter deck. Wow, that was not bad for us, I don't think. And we'll see. Might have been a good reward, and with all 3 of them there, we would have had a good chance of dealing with it. But we're going to take a look at, our next thing we're going to do is a 0 cost action of inspecting a menhir. See what it says we have to do. Requires all characters and menhir rights card. Okay, pay 3 actions. We're going to have to wait till next turn then. So this turn will be about wealth, I think. 1 wealth and 1 magic per player. Who does not have magic? 1 magic per player, but I think in a party I don't have. I mean, Bjor's got 4 magic, so we got this. We only have 1 wealth, so we need 2 wealth. Both Bjor and we can do this. Trade with the townsfolk. Pay 1 food to gain 1 wealth. They can both do that as an action. So okay, so we're gonna be able to do this one. We're gonna have to with the whitening. Okay. So we have ventured to the whitening. Nothing happened. I guess the guard that was there had wandered off, and we're going to then take our actions there. So the first 2 actions are going to be Bjor and Aaliyah. So Bjor's down to 2. He can't do anything more today, but he's going to spend 1 of his food to just put that in his wealth column, and Aaliyah is going to spend 1 of her food to go in to the wealth column. And so we did that trade that cost energy to her. She's down to 3. Erev is at 4. You know, Aaliyah could explore. Okay, so we got a couple things we can left to do. So everybody took their action there, except for Rev. Rev still has an action. I just want to check about activating the men here. Do they all have to have the magic, or as long as someone can spend it, are we okay? It does say that in a party we can freely trade wealth and food, and anybody can spend magic in place of another magic or energy in place of another character. So I think we're actually going to pull off activating another Menhir. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? We pulled it off, but barely. So, but we still have actions to do this turn, and this has been a long episode, I know, but I do want to get through our actions and end our day there up in the whitening. So I think what Erev will do is he's got 3 food. He has 3 wealth too. I mean, God, he's just in good shape. Everybody's got a food. We're okay. We have he has a lot of wealth. Don't have any. I wonder if there's some things we can do there. I think Erev is going to spend his time exploring. We only need to spend 1 energy, so we're just going to explore the whitening and see if there's something more we can do there to help that group. Everybody still has a little energy left. Well, Aaliyah has 1. Bior's dried up, but Erev is spending the cost. Okay, so we know that about the hole there, but we haven't been here in a while, so I'll read it. The hole is here, as always, gaping right in the middle of the whitening. The white lichen that gave this town its new name seems to grow out of it. It covers the walls of the nearby halls with a thick coat. Only close up one can discover it is in fact a layer of small sparkling crystals, like sea salt on the wooden posts of a pier. As you inspect it, several people watch you suspiciously. If you have the Fail's Legacy status and don't have Part 2 of Hidden Treasure, we don't have either of those. If you have the Winds of the Weirdness status, we don't have either of those. If you're playing Aaliyah, or she is in your party, go to verse 13. Otherwise, go to verse 7. I think we're going to go to verse 13 again and see what happens. If I recall, we get to do some helping stuff, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, we're going to end up at verse 7 anyway, it looks like. It says, if you don't have any part of the remedy, because we do, we have part... Let's look at the remedy. We have part 3 of the remedy. Otherwise, go to verse 7. If you have more than 2 rep, Aaliyah does, go to verse 12. Otherwise, go to verse 11. So we're going to go to verse 12, okay? Ask the people to help us on our journey. Verse 5, gather the white lichen. Verse 4, verse 5, gather the white lichen. Inquire about the acolyte. Bregok requires part 1 of the... We don't have that. Leave. Exploration ends. I think... Yeah, because see, Aaliyah is in the party, and she's got a reputation of 5. So she's more than got the reputation needed for this. We can... Let me think. I don't think anything good can come from gathering the lichen. I think we're going to ask to help on our journey. Why not? I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen is they can tell us no. So we're going to ask, that's going to be 4 right here. It looks like 4. Sum up food and wealth of all party members. Wow, that's a lot. Let me see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. We're going to roll a die. If you own more than 3 food and 3, only add +1. So we're going to add +1 to this die roll. See what we get. A 7. Wow, that was a good roll. So 7. And then go to verse 9. So we're going to go back around here to verse 9, and we're going to look at 7. 6 to 7. The people of Whitening shun you. The exploration ends. Okay, we could not have done any better. We have too much stuff already. All right, well that ends that exploration. Don't know that there's anything worth doing there. Aaliyah and Erev have 1 more energy left, but we know that next turn we're going to activate the Menhir there, so we're not going to leave. There's no point. Well, I think I don't know if it's wasteful to burn energy like that. We're going to do it. We're going to have to activate the Menhir, then go back to Hunter's Grove, I think, and gather more food, because that seems like to be a constant. Okay, well, let's do that then. We're going to go down to... we're going to call it a day. They're all going to pass. Okay. So we'll do our end of day phase, and then we'll end for this adventure. Okay. End of day phase. We're going to rest and consume food. We'll start with Erev. He consumes 1 of his food, and he's going to heal 1, reduce his terror 1, but he's at 0. And then, like I said, I'll just take care of the energy now since we know he's going to be okay. Up to Aaliyah. Aaliyah has 1 food as well. She will go up 1 more. That is great. I mean, she can get up to her maximum energy. She does not lose this terror. Goes up to 7 energy. And then just a little up, we got Bior. He consumes his 1 food. He is already healthy. He's already at 0. He's just going to go up to 6 energy. Okay, that's that. And it is important to do that because, you know, if you get exhausted or something, it would have a very big impact on how things roll out. But again, we can spend experience. We're not going to do that. We can modify our decks. We already have, and now we're going to check the dreams. I don't think there's much to check here, but I'll just double check on the whitening with the dreams. Your dream of home is understandable, considering for the first time in your life you've wandered this far. So there's nothing really to dream there. And then if you're going insane, we deal with that, but we're not. So that marks our end of day and the end of this session. So in the next session, we are actually going to succeed at activating the whitening menhir, right as the one in Kunok Farmstead is going to die. Now we know that the one in Kunok Farmstead is going to die because the quest told us to, but what we get to do here is activate. It says activate a menhir in one of the nearby locations, Four Dwellers Mound or Whitening. We're going to do that. If we have success, which we will, when you activate one of these menhirs, resolve Chapter 1, Part 6 of the event deck. So next turn, we're going to have to evolve, and we're going to have to do one more quest, or one more chapter event rather, and then we'll get to do all that. So that's going to be a fun episode for us, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you joining me on this journey while we're all in our sequestered events here in the United States and abroad. So I hope I'm bringing you some enjoyment on that. That's why I'm trying to crank out so many videos. We're all stuck doing nothing on the weekends and that probably, or maybe getting to walk around the block or something. I don't know. But whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoy it. And I hope this is giving you something to do while you are down and out. So thanks. Take care. I'll see you in the next episode.